Hello, everyone. Really, again, appreciate you taking time out of your day to learn a little bit more about the Lighthouse Immersion Experience. And hopefully you're enjoying the episodes. There'll be many more to come. And what we're trying to do is just give you an idea of kind of what we're doing, why we're doing it, and who we're doing it for, and importantly, our very unique journey coming up with the human infrastructure, creating an HIO. So thank you. Today's episode is the human infrastructure. We think a new category has emerged. This episode reveals the evolution from an idea into a movement, not simply technology, not simply healthcare, not simply more support services that do nothing other than create more support services, but the emergence of an entirely new infrastructure built around early human visibility, the connection and the care. I think as we continue from this point forward, you'll understand the lighthouse was never a place, never an app, not a product, not another service. It's a destination. It's a living ecosystem. We've known for a long time that technology alone cannot solve human suffering. What matters the most is awareness. Patterns matter. Signals matter. Sometimes the smallest change in a human being happens long before anyone realizes they are struggling. And that's probably the saddest statement I've ever said. How can we see somebody but not feel the pain? How can we look at them and not see the silent screams coming out of every orifice and pore in their body? They're broken inside, but we don't see it. But do we really take the time? Sentient is our awareness layer, because we know sometimes the smallest changes in a human being happen, as I mentioned, long before anybody realizes they're struggling. And Sentient was born as part of realization. It's our awareness layer that's sitting over everything. Some institutions and companies in the world have built massive systems, but none of them are for the humans inside. So the awareness layer, we call it the missing layer, sits above everything else, looking, listening, in a good way, to the silent screams, the silent cries, the distance, the isolation, the people disappearing day in and day out before that happens on a permanent basis. So the awareness layer was not designed to replace humans, but to help humanity recognize the emotional, the behavioral, the environmental, and the human signals earlier. Not surveillance, not judgment, not replacing care that doesn't really do what care was supposed to do, but helping people before they become invisible, before they quietly disappear. And it finally dawned on me that the truth really is most crises don't begin publicly. You don't see somebody breaking on the outside, only on the inside. They begin silently, gradually, quietly, internally. And by the time the world notices that Mary used to come to work, where did she go? That person has often been carrying it alone for too long, and they just silently disappear. How can we let that happen? So the Lighthouse Immersion Experience involved into something much, much larger. What we ended up building out was a connected human ecosystem, bringing together people, listeners, providers, institutions, connecting people to people to people. When was that ever done before? Into one continuous layer of human infrastructure. A system designed not around transactions, but around earlier human recognition. Helping universities recognize students sooner before they leave. or before they self-harm or worse. Helping providers reconnect with people before they vanish from care. Why did Jay quit coming to me? Helping organizations support the employees before they burn out and they collapse and they quit or they just stop coming. Helping communities rebuild the human connection before the isolation becomes crisis. Everything we do is before crisis begins. If we wait too long and it happens, well, said it more than once, that genie you can't put back in a bottle. Sometimes when something's broken, it can't be put back together again. So from a scale, we're looking at, universities and corporations, healthcare systems, communities, families, because they're all connected through the human infrastructure, the Lighthouse Immersion Experience. Because for the first time, building a layer designed not to simply manage systems, but to help protect the humans inside them. So it's not simply a healthcare initiative. It's the beginning of a whole brand new category, an HIO, Human Infrastructure Organization. A new layer designed around humans, around human visibility, human connection. Again, before crisis begins. Question began to slowly realize. And that realization became the beginning of the human infrastructure. The Lighthouse Immersion Experience before crisis begins.